How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in our video. Of course, another Week NFL football upon us, which means it's time for the NFL Week 16 picks. So yeah, this is it. We're down to the final 3 weeks of the regular season, where now we're going to see who will be battling for the 60th Lombardi Trophy in these next 3 weeks, and who will be sent to Elimination Station. So, of course, last week with my picks, I went 9-7 with my picks, so my record this year goes to 146, 76, and 1. And, of course, last week we had 2 teams clinch a playoff spot, and those 2 being the Los Angeles Rams and the Denver Broncos. So, 2 teams now locked into the playoffs, 12 spots still up for grabs in the next 3 weeks. And, of course, we eliminated 4 teams last week, and those being the Cincinnati Bengals, the Minnesota Vikings, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Miami Dolphins, meaning we've eliminated 13 teams, and there are 5 imposters still remaining. And we got 2 teams facing elimination this week, and we got a number of teams facing playoff clinching spots this week. So, you know, with LA and Denver clinching, I think now the floodgates are going to open for everybody else to lock up spots in these next 3 weeks. And also with Kansas City being eliminated, it means that this year we are guaranteed to crown a new AFC champion with the Chiefs out. And believe me, I knew the Chiefs had a lot of flaws and showed lots of signs of regression, but never did I think they actually missed the playoffs. That's just crazy this year. Also, prayers to Patrick Mahomes, too, with his ACL injury. But anyway, with all that said, let's get into the get picks this week. Alright, so our first game here, the Thursday night game with massive playoff implications in the NFC West on the line here. Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks playing in Seattle. Not only is Seattle trying to keep pace with the Rams in the NFC West, but Seattle, they can clinch a playoff spot with a win or a Detroit loss. I said at the start of the year, I think the Seahawks and the Rams are going to split the season series, as the Seahawks look like one of the only teams in the West right now that can contend with the Rams. I think this is the game the Seahawks win. Give me Seattle at home in this one, and I think Seattle, after missing the playoffs the last couple years, I think Seattle will return to the postseason. So give me Seattle to win and to clinch a playoff spot here. Now to our next game, as this week also starts the streak of Saturday games coming up. As our first Saturday game, we'll see the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders playing in Washington. Philadelphia can clinch the NFC East this week with a win or a Dallas loss. And if the Eagles do clinch the East, it would be the first time since the Eagles in the mid-2000s that we've had a back-to-back division champion in the NFC East. Yeah, I got the Eagles in this one. I think the Eagles are going to start rolling here. I have the Eagles winning this one on the road in Washington. Washington is they're just counting the days till the season's over. Give me the Eagles on the road in this one. And I think Philadelphia, for the first time since the mid-2000s, will clinch back-to-back NFC East division titles. So give me the Eagles on the road in this one to clinch the NFC East and go to the playoffs. Alright, now to our next game, the Saturday night game. Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears playing in Chicago. Of course, if Detroit loses Sunday, the winner of this game will clinch a playoff spot. The loser will have to wait another week. Of course, for the Packers, I do send my prayers to Micah Parsons. You know, that sucks to see Parsons go down like that. Same deal with Christian Watson. Like, a lot of Packer key players on the Packers went down last week. Pretty bad luck for the Packers. Normally, I feel bad for Packer fans in this situation, but I say for Green Bay fans is, hey, remember when all you Packer fans were celebrating Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph's potentially season-ending injuries a couple weeks ago? All I say to you Packer fans is karma's a bitch, isn't it? But yeah, honestly, if you didn't learn your lesson here, I think the Packers are going to learn their lesson the hard way. I have Chicago winning this game at home. I think the Packers and Bears are going to split the season series again, and this is the one Chicago wins. Give me the Bears at home over the Packers in this one. Now to our next game. Buffalo Bills, Cleveland Browns playing in Cleveland. Buffalo, they can clinch a playoff spot with a win, plus a loss from either Houston or Indianapolis. Yeah, I got the Bills winning this one. Give me the Bills out on the road in this one in Cleveland. Just Cleveland's absolute mess. And plus with Kansas City out and Cincinnati out with Burrow and Mahomes out of the way, potentially Lamar Jackson missing the playoffs, this might be the Bills' easiest path to possibly making the Super Bowl this year. All I say is if Lamar misses the playoffs too and joins Mahomes and Joe Burrow in Cancun, then Josh Allen and the Bills have no more excuses to not get it done. Like, honestly, for Buffalo, this year is put up or shut up. Like, Buffalo's never going to have a golden opportunity like this ever again with Josh Allen. Give me the Bills on the road in this one, too, against Cleveland. Now to our next game. Los Angeles Chargers, Dallas Cowboys playing in Dallas. Chargers clinch a playoff spot with a win plus a loss from either Houston or Indianapolis, while Dallas is eliminated from playoff contention with a loss or a win from Philadelphia. And to be honest, there is a chance where the Cowboys could be eliminated from this game before it even starts if the Eagles win Saturday. So Dallas could be eliminated before this game. And I think Dallas will be eliminated before this game happens. So, but yeah, I got the Chargers winning this one on the road. Just Dallas has been very inconsistent this year. Give me the Chargers on the road in this one. Give me the Chargers winning against the Cowboys. And now for our next game. We got a battle of eliminated teams this week, which means automatic tank bowl. So our first tank bowl matchup will see the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans playing in Tennessee. And also this week, I'm going to show the draft order this week coming in, just to show everybody who's actually winning the tank bowl right now, so everybody gets a good idea of who is where in the tank bowl, as Tennessee's right in contention for the top spot in the tank bowl battle. The Chiefs, it's kind of odd to see the Chiefs here, but yeah, Chiefs have been pretty bad and regressed this year to where now they've been reduced to tank bowl status. We all know the Chiefs deep down wanted to compete for a Super Bowl, but the tank bowl is where their fate will end up being. But also for this game, Patrick Mahomes out, Gardner Minshew in. Even with Minshew in, I think the Chiefs still get it done on the road in Tennessee. Give me the Chiefs on the road over the Titans in this one. Give me Kansas City. And for our next battle, it's now time to prepare for a real tank bowl. So this tank bowl matchup will see the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints taking battle in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm taking the Saints at home in this one. Jets are just a mess right now. Give me the Saints at home in this one over the Jets. Give me New Orleans. I really don't care. This game's going to suck. And now for our next game. Are you fed up with tank bowls yet? Well, good, because you're getting another one. Now to our next game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Carolina Panthers playing in Carolina. Winner of this game gets the top spot in the NFC South. And also these two teams play each other twice in the final 3 weeks, as they also play again in Week 18. So yeah, big NFC South implications on the line, where whoever wins that division is most likely getting their ass kicked by either Seattle or the Rams in the wild card round. But yeah, I'm gonna take Carolina in this one. Just Tampa Bay's been very inconsistent recently. Like ever since the loss to Detroit, Tampa Bay's been extremely inconsistent. Give me the Panthers at home in this one. Give me Carolina at home over Tampa Bay. And now it is time for another tank bowl. Jesus Christ, how many more tank bowls are we gonna have this week? Fuck. So this tank bowl matchup will see the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins doing battle in Miami. Miami's hosted plenty of tank bowls in the past. And of course, it doesn't really matter who wins this game because both head coaches are most likely going to get fired at the end of the season, and Zach Taylor and Mike McDaniels. with both teams out, as Miami's most likely cleaning house and hitting a hard reset button, while Cincinnati might be getting fed up with Zach Taylor's inconsistencies. But yeah, give me the Bengals on the road in this one over Miami because Zach Taylor's going to now try and do everything he can to keep his job. So give me the Bengals in this one on the road over Miami. All right, now to our next game with big playoff implications. Jacksonville Jaguars, Denver Broncos playing in Denver at Mile High. Jacksonville could clinch a playoff spot with a win plus a loss from either Houston or Indianapolis, while Denver, they could clinch the AFC West with a win plus an LA Chargers loss. And the Broncos can also clinch the 1 seed in the AFC at home field throughout the playoffs with a win plus losses from the LA Chargers, New England, and Buffalo. I got the Broncos in this one over the Jaguars. Just Jacksonville's been pretty inconsistent. I think the Broncos win this game, but I don't think enough's going to happen for the Broncos to wrap everything up. I think for the AFC West and the 1 seed, the Broncos are going to have to wait another week. So give me the Broncos to win this one. And now, it is time for another Tank Bowl. Good God. So this Tank Bowl matchup will see the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals doing battle in Arizona. Another matchup with two coaches most likely probably going to get fired at the end of the season. Although I think Jonathan Gannon probably has a better chance of coming back over Raheem Morris. I think Morris is most likely gone at the end of the year for Atlanta. Gannon, I have the Cardinals winning. I think Jonathan Gannon's going to try and do everything he can to convince the Cardinals to keep him around. But yeah, give me the Cardinals at home in this one over the Falcons. Give me Arizona in this one. Now to our next game. Pittsburgh Steelers, Detroit Lions playing in Detroit. Detroit is eliminated from playoff contention with a loss, plus if the Green Bay-Chicago game Saturday ends in a tie. If Detroit loses, then the winner of Green Bay-Chicago clinches a playoff spot like I already mentioned. But yeah, honestly, I don't think Green Bay-Chicago ends in a tie, so I think Detroit will still be alive for another week. I'm gonna take the Lions at home over the Steelers. Even though the Steelers have had Detroit's number recently, I think Detroit has had a history of conquering demons recently, and I think Detroit conquers another one, and I think this one comes in the form of the Steelers. Like, the Steelers are not, plus the Steelers trying to stay alive try to stay ahead of the Ravens in the AFC North, my bad. But yeah, and also if the Steelers lose, then they're guaranteed to finish either 9-8 or 10-7, which is what the Steelers are known to be with Mike Tomlin. So yeah, give me the Lions at home in this one. I think because every time the Lions have lost, they've always bounced right back the following week. I think this will be no exception. Give me Detroit at home over Pittsburgh in this one. Give me the Lions at home to stay alive for another week. Now to our next game. Las Vegas Raiders, Houston Texans playing in Houston. Of course, Houston trying to keep pace in the AFC South with Indianapolis and Jacksonville. And they're also trying to keep pace in the AFC wildcard race, too. Raiders are also competing in a Tank Bowl. Yeah, I got the Texans at home in this one. Give me Houston at home over the Raiders in this one. This is a no contest. Give me the Texans at home. Now we get to our Sunday night game. New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens playing in Baltimore. New England clinches a playoff spot with a win or a loss from either Houston or Indianapolis. Baltimore trying to keep pace with the Steelers in the AFC North. I'm going to take New England on the road in this one over Baltimore. New England has had the Ravens number recently. So give me the Patriots on the road in this one over Baltimore. Baltimore, I know, is in a must-win situation, but I have the Patriots winning this one. Give me New England on the road in this one over Baltimore. Give me the Patriots in this matchup. And now, finally, our last game of the week. The Monday night game. San Francisco 49ers, Indianapolis Colts playing in Indianapolis. The 49ers, they clinch a playoff spot with a win or Detroit loss. So there is a possibility where the Niners could have a playoff spot clinched before this game if Detroit blows it to Pittsburgh. Well, Indianapolis, they're trying to keep pace with the Jags in the AFC South and trying to keep pace in the AFC wildcard race. And plus, a lot of teams will be watching this game closely if they win Sunday. Since a lot of teams in the AFC most likely will need Indy to lose and a win to possibly clinch a playoff spot. But yeah, I'm gonna take the 49ers in this one. Even though Phillip Rivers showed some promise last week, the Colts offense was not that strong. And even if Phillip Rivers does still show some life for that old bastard, just keep this in mind. He's not Andrew Luck. But yeah, give me the Niners on the road in this one. I think San Francisco clinches a playoff spot this week and returns to the dance. So give me the 49ers in this one over the Colts. See, anyway, that'll wrap it up for my Week 16 picks. So, in terms of eliminations, I think Dallas will be the only team to be eliminated this week. I think Detroit will stay alive for another week. In terms of playoff clinches, I think Philadelphia clinches the NFC East in the playoff spot. I think Seattle locks up a spot. I think the 49ers lock up a spot this week. I think New England will lock up a spot. I think Buffalo locks up a spot. And I think the Chargers lock up a spot. I think we're going to see a lot of teams clinch playoff spots this week. But yeah, those are my Week 16 picks. So of course, that's all I got to say. And of course, everyone knows the goal in the last 3 weeks is simply, that's still alive, knows the goal simply is don't get eliminated. But anyway, that'll wrap it up here. That's all I got to say, and I'll see you all whatever I make next. I'm out.